All right, we're good now. All right, welcome in, everyone. Welcome to the 8-week challenge. We're super excited to have you here today. Today, we'll be kicking off week one of the 8-week challenge, talking about ideas and goals. But before that, shout out to the ones that are real ones that joined in early. Shout out to those that subscribe to the Luma. Thank you so much for your support, for joining in early. We see you. We see you. Hitter Marlowe, we're happy to have you here. First off, congratulations. You've made it here to the 8-week challenge. And we appreciate you for applying for Unlock Alabama. Some of us, some of you all may have heard of us from a friend, from a colleague, maybe a teacher told you about us in something that we're doing this summer. Maybe you saw a post on Instagram, or maybe an advertisement, or maybe a LinkedIn acceptance post from one of your closest friends, and you're like, I want in on that. I've got some FOMO. Let me jump in before May 19th and secure my spot. So out of the entire applicant group, we've accepted 171 builders. We accepted the cream of the crop, and we're very happy to have you here, and we've got a lot in store for you. But before we kick things off, first, we want to know, where are you tuning in from? Let us know in the comments. We've got builders from all over. Go ahead and tell us. Where we got Mobile? Okay, Birmingham, Beham. Shout out to y'all. I see Piedmont, Boston, BM Daphne, Montgomery, representing Fort Valley. I see you, Jemison, Huntsville. Do y'all call it Hville? I'm not sure. I've only been to Huntsville one time. Atmore, Auburn, Huntsville, Vestavia Hills. I hope I pronounced that right. Virginia Beach, Virginia. Shout out to some person. That's where I'm from. Montgomery, Virginia Beach. Shout out Bob Beach. We've got Georgia. Awesome. We've got builders from all over. Calera, Alabama. I hope I pronounced that right. Mobile. Mobile is popping, y'all. I think Mobile might be trying to take over. I'm not too sure. Apalika. I really hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, please forgive me. So we've got builders from our 171 accepted builders. You all hail from 62 cities. And from those 62 cities, you make up 12 states. And that's almost 1/5 of the entire United States. I think Brooks confirmed with me that there are 50 states. And I think it might be 51, but he fact checked me. And out of those 12 states, we've got Alabama in the house, Georgia in the house, Virginia, New York, California,
Another one.
Michigan,
Another one.
Colorado,
Another one.
Oregon,
Another
Florida,
one.
DC,
Another one.
Massachusetts, and Texas. So yes, 87% of you all are from Alabama. This is called Unlock Alabama, after all, even though we didn't exclude anybody who wasn't from Alabama. And this is the map for our live applicants. And right now, Beham is taking over. It's just incredible. I went to Birmingham. I went to downtown Birmingham and in Midtown Birmingham, me and Summerlin did some in-person recruiting at university there, and the energy was super lively. I've been to Birmingham, I've been to Huntsville, I've been to Mobile, but I still need to check out the other cities too. It's amazing to see how diverse this group is, and Alabama as a state is very rich in diversity. Not only the people, but just the nature, the architecture. You can find a piece of almost everything inside of Alabama. I really think it's America's best kept secret. So to share a little bit about Unlock Alabama, we're a platform and community for Alabama's next generation builders and creators. We're actually a new initiative too. And this all started from a manifesto that our technical director, Paul Lockett, wrote sometime last year, where he noticed that he and others noticed that Alabama was having a bit of a brain drain problem. And really the narrative that people were leaving Alabama and trying to find themselves in other places. And we believe that Alabama can be a place where you can come and build, and where you can really actually build what matters here. And through our 8-week program, we're going to show you step by step, one day, one step at a time, about how to actually build something that matters to you, and maybe for a cause that you care about. So to share some information about Innovation Portal is a nonprofit organization that you can think of them as like our parent in a way. They're a nonprofit incubator innovation hub that's based out of Mobile, Alabama. They also have lots of startup programs, super friendly entrepreneurs, people that are willing to help. They have fun events that are educational in nature, and sometimes they have free food if you come through to events. So we couldn't have done this without the support of Innovation Portal and the team there, and so we're grateful, super grateful to have them. And next, we have our event sponsor, MBI Ventures. So MBI, they're an operator-led venture firm that backs resilient founders with traction. They write $500,000 checks from seed stage up to Series A, I believe. And they're looking for awesome founders, and that could be you. If you're interested, check them out at www.mbi.vc. And I think we might just unlock America, honestly. So I got this message on LinkedIn a few months back, and they saw some of the traction and the impact that we're having. Want to keep this person's information private, but they were talking about unlocking America, and not just America on the northern hemisphere, North America. That includes North America. We're talking about Central America and South America. So that's two continents. And the work that he saw was the work from our interns. So we had 5 interns for the past 12 weeks that got to test out a pilot version of our program. And these 5 interns hail from 4 different universities across Alabama, Alabama's best and brightest HBCUs. And now all 5 of these interns, they're now builders. Each of them built something unique, something that meant something to them, something that they wanted to get out of their own head. And they did it in public, week by week. So if they tested out this program and they knocked this process out of the park, we know that you can do it too. And we're distilling this down into 8 weeks. So our game plan for tonight, first you'll get to meet our team. Then we'll hop into the 8-week challenge that you keep on hearing about. Next, we'll go over ideas. Then we'll talk about goals. And then we'll have our lab session. I'll explain what that is in just a moment. And lastly, you can hang out with us. So I really want to know, another question I have, I'm a curious person by nature, is why did you apply? Why did you apply to Unlock Alabama? Maybe you want to get an idea out of your own head that you keep thinking about. Maybe you're already working on something and you wanted accountability. Maybe you wanted structure. Maybe one of our interns told you about the program. Maybe it was Natasha. Maybe you saw a flyer. Maybe you want to hold yourself accountable. I'm loving these answers in the chat. To get more involved with the startup community in the state. I love that, Hank. Lillian says, I feel like I need a change in perspective. Philip says to get into my career. Tony Pyron says environment. Genevieve says starting an event planning business. Philip says networking, getting mentored. Jared says, because I have motion, let's go. And I want to see we all make the motion bigger. I love that. But yeah, please talk to us. Warren wants to build a nap. Jessica said a couple cool dudes hit me up on LinkedIn. Luz Vimin, Luz Viminita, I hope I said that right. Oh, this chat is moving fast. I can't keep up. Wow, Brianna says she saw a flyer and strongly encouraged by Natasha. Coleman says, doing community in Alabama and making the first step towards my ideas. Wow, I'm loving these answers, and they're really genuine. And then one thing I would love for you to do, please excuse the cat, is that I would love for you to take a second to write down your why somewhere. That cat is actually just come afterwards, but this why is important because this why is going to keep you going when things get tough. This is an 8-week program where every week you'll be iterating on that idea. And this why is something you should keep sacred. So if you have a pen and paper, if you have Apple Notes, if you have a sticky note, if you can send a quick text to yourself, send yourself this why. All right. Well, I hope that you all wrote down this why because it's important that you do this for yourself first. All right. Now getting into things, get ready to meet our core team. So we're going to share about who we are, what we do, and a fun fact on each of us. And we've actually mixed some things up. If for people that joined early inside, we're playing a little game of is it real or not. And so I'll be introducing myself, and then next we'll have Brooks, followed by Summerlin, and lastly Paul. So my name is Emmanuel Perez. I'll be your host for the entire 8 weeks. I'm the head of mentorship here at Unlock Alabama. Where do I live? No one is actually sure where I live. Nobody can pinpoint down my location, actually. And fun fact about me, I've turned down the role of Batman 12 times. I just didn't rock with the script. It just wasn't it. I couldn't say, where is she? Without laughing at it. There wasn't a compatibility match. Next to the stage, we have Brooks.
Hey guys, I'm Brooks Conkle, the head of community. So you'll see me hanging out in school with y'all, being your biggest cheerleader, getting excited with you guys. Fun fact: apparently, I defeated a bear with my bare hands. Okay, I'll be honest with you, it didn't happen. Although, true fun fact is that I have seen a bear in the wild that was trying to track me down when I saw its baby bear cub, and mama bear stood up on its hind legs and gave me a serious look. So that was for real. I did not have to fight the bear with my bare hands. Thank goodness.
Next, we have Summerlin.
Hey guys, I'm Summerlin. I'm the creative director. I am just going to be kind of making a bunch of fun stuff for us to do and interact, so you guys can all have fun interaction with each other. Sorry, I thought I was next, so I wasn't prepared when he just threw me on here. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm located in Birmingham. My fun fact, I made these and just kind of came up with these on the fly. So I did not adopt the bear that Brooks did not defeat, but my dream is to one day domesticate a bear. I know that will probably never happen, but that's where that came from. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, and we got lots of fun stuff planned for you guys. So
Thank you, Summerlin. Last but not least, we have Paul.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Paul Lockett. I am founder and technical director at the Innovation Portal. So the fun fact is not true, but I have been somewhere interesting. I went to Japan when I was in high school on an exchange program, but I do not speak any Japanese. Yeah. Think about that one, okay?
Mm.
Arigato gozaimasu, Paul. I might teach Paul some Japanese after hours. We'll see. So, without further ado, welcome to the 8-week challenge. We're again super excited to kick things off. You've all come a long way from learning about us to putting your application to waiting to receiving the emails to being inside of school to getting the Luma invite to getting the updates, and now you're here. You're locked in with us for the summer and we're ready to unlock your minds. So, as you may have guessed, this 8-week challenge is 8 weeks long, or 2 months, or it's 8 times 7, I think it's 56 days. And this runs from May 19th to July 12th. That's Tuesday, May 19th to Sunday, I believe, July 12th. And we're also hosting a super duper special 2-day event happening from July 17th to 18th. That's Friday to Saturday in Mobile, Alabama. And so you want to make sure you mark down your calendar for that event. And it's something that Brooks has been hard at work putting it together. It's sure to be a ton of fun. And we're putting this on especially for our builders. So please go ahead and pencil in that date. You also get a reminder about this too. So a quick glance of how our program will be structured. During week 1, we'll cover ideas and goals. Week 2, we'll cover and talk about building your toy version of your idea. Next, in week 3, we'll cover marketing and distribution. Week 4, we'll be launching your idea. It's something we call getting off of local hosts. What is that? Is to be determined during week 4. During week 5, we'll interview our users, and you'll actually get to talk to your users and customers. Week 6, we'll cover analytics, integrations, and metrics. Week 7 will be all about storytelling. And finally, in week 8, we'll have our demo day. And that's where we'll bring everything together during one final event and showcase what we've been working on. I just want to tell you that each week flows into the next. So we won't have you doing pointless things. They all make sense for a reason. We promise you that. So what's in it for you? This is my favorite question to ask. What's in it for you? I like to ask this question to other people as well. Like, what's in it for me? So to answer this question for yourself, the builder on our side of the screen, we came up with a few things. So just a few things that you can gain from this program. I think number 1 is you can surprise yourself. You can learn something new, learn a new skill. You can make your first dollar, your first internet dollar. You can launch the idea that you can't stop thinking about. You can learn how to use AI strategically and ethically. And if you want to weave AI into your app or incorporate AI into your app or have an AI function, we'll teach you that too. If you already have a business and are making money, we'll help you make some more money. If you're someone with initiative and just need a little push, you become a self-starter. If you want to get experience down, if you're in college or in high school and you want to add things to your resume, this is a perfect opportunity to do so. If you want to make connections and want to network, this is really the best place to do it because you'll be putting into proof each week as well. So you're not just talking, you're backing up that talk with action. This is an amazing time to see Alabama as a place to grow, especially as you all are from different regions of Alabama. You all can get together organically. You can meet your first supporters. You can build your audience. You can really become a builder. Some quick statistics are that 40% of you have an idea that you want to bring to life. 47% of you are already working on something and want to push it further. and 13% of you want to think more creatively. And so we have people from all over with different intentions. And this is really an amazing mix. And no matter where you're at, I really think this is an amazing opportunity to grow. Something about growth is really attractive. It's really cool to see progress. If you've been in the gym, if you've done a sport, if you've played a game and seen yourself getting better over time, growth is really addictive. And there's 8 weeks. You can see growth. You can ask our prior 5 interns, and they got to see themselves grow every week, and they held themselves accountable. And this is amazing place and space to do so too. And some of you have already taken the first step by being here today. We don't have the entire 171 builders here today on the chat, but the ones that showed up, y'all are locked in with us. So for the structure of the program, this is how it's going to flow. We'll meet every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Time. If you're on Eastern Time, that's 7 p.m. Eastern. If you're in California, I believe that's 4 p.m. I think Mountain Time is 5 p.m. And during these weekly meetings, we'll break down the session into 2 parts. The first will be a lecture for 1 hour. And next we'll have a lab for 1 hour. The lecture is really the place where you'll learn how to do something new. And we want to teach you a new skill, hopefully something that you haven't done before. And during the lab, this is the hands-on portion where you can apply learnings immediately and you'll get feedback. You can get feedback from us, feedback from your fellow cohort members and your fellow builders, and feedback from the wild from your audience. Next, we have workshops. These are optional, but we highly recommend you come to these for learning in depth from an experienced builder. And we'll be having our guides host these workshops, and we'll talk about them in just a moment. And some topics that these workshops may include could be branding and design, AI-assisted development / vibe coding, customer outreach, storytelling, writing effective copy or effective copywriting, conducting analytics and metrics, talking to investors, and many more. These workshops where you'll really get an in-depth, personalized experience from somebody who's done the work before. So we don't like the chatter here. We're looking for builders that have done the work, that the information is still fresh on their mind, and they can share it with you so you can apply yourself. A few things that you want to keep an eye on throughout this program. And so you want to lock in for this portion. Our first, your email. Press a 1 in the chat if you got an email from us. The number 1 in the chat. All right. Press a 2 in the chat if you did not receive an email from us. All right, I don't see any 2s in the chat just yet. But if you haven't received an email from us, I see a 2 from Treasure. Thank you, Treasure, for sharing. It says you got a text message. Philip put a 2. Ava put a 2. If you haven't received an email from us, please check your folder for info@unlockalabama.org. This is the domain that we use to send out emails. It may have gone to your spam or promotion folder. And we want to make sure you add that to your contacts. That way you don't miss anything else from us. Appreciate you all sharing. Next is Luma. So Luma is a service that we use for our events. Luma is connected right to StreamYard. So you want to subscribe to this calendar if you haven't already. And we've added all of our events there before. A few days before, we didn't have all our events up. But if you scan this QR code, or if you click in the link that Paul and Brooks are about to drop inside of the chat, you can easily add all of the upcoming events that we have all of the Tuesday meetings to this calendar here. And it's easy. If you don't have an Illumina account, you can make one using Google. It's an awesome service. And we'll ping you through here as well. We'll send you reminders for upcoming meetings. We'll text you, email you. We will find a way to contact you. No builder left behind with Unlock Alabama. That QR code is also in the top right, just in case you missed it. Next is school. So school is you can think of it as our town hall. If you've ever used an app like, does anybody else use an app like Discord or WhatsApp? Or maybe even Slack? Hopefully not Microsoft Teams. You can think of school as that, but for us, for just the builders in the program. Also, all of our recordings will be stored here. So in case you're not able to make a week, please don't worry. Don't fret. It's going to be recorded, and we've got it stored within school. All right. And also, don't be shy. Please introduce yourself. And Doc says they hope to live long enough to see the downfall of teams. Yeah, I wish Microsoft would improve their product, but that's for another conversation. Please introduce yourself inside of school. We're sending out emails and instructions on how to do that, or if you just want to say hey and share a little bit about yourself. Our team loves fun facts. I love fun facts. It's how I remember people. How I put a face to a name or internet name to a face. Share fun facts. We're very excited to get to know you all 171 of you. And next is your builder handbook. You can think about this as a manual for success, kind of like a syllabus, and you'll receive this document soon from us via email and school. Next, we're going to talk about guides. Yes, that's guides, plural with an S. Your guides are people who have been where you are. These people are builders. They are volunteered their time, graciously volunteered their time and their energy. And some of them volunteer resources to be building alongside you. A lot of them will be putting on some amazing workshops in the coming weeks. And it is your responsibility to reach out to guides. And we'll be sharing details about that next week. And these guides come from all different areas of life, have different subject matter expertise, and are really good at their craft and what they do. Next, some tips for success. The first is what you put in is what you get out. We truly put in the success that you get from this program. The outcome of this program is really determined by what you put in. It's about an effort that you put in. It's about trying, and really just trying your best. Again, show up and do your best every week. If you show up every week, you will get something out of the program. If you do the tasks that we've assigned, you will get something out of the program. That's a promise. We can't guarantee what that is, but you'll get something. And we're also giving out prizes as well. I just want to toss that in there. So if you're someone that's active inside of school, you're someone that's helping out others, if you're someone that's taking the tasks seriously and putting in the work, we're going to see that and we will reward you. Details to come soon. Next is pace yourself. This is your race and your race only. We have builders from all different walks of life. Some that are just starting off their builder journey and haven't built anything or shipped or put anything out or launched a project into the world yet. Some of you all might have experience. Some of you all have already started a successful business. But the key thing is that you all are coming from different starting points. So it's in order to not burn out, please pace yourself. lastly, ask for help. Our team is here to support you. Our guides are here to support you. Our community is here to support you. So yeah, please don't be shy. If there's something that you need help with, yeah, feel free to ask or DM one of us in school, or LinkedIn. Promise you we'll see it, or email us. We got you. Next are requirements for this program. And aside from the tips, there's really only one requirement. Can anybody guess what this strange mosaic means? Can anybody guess what these four pictures mean if you put them all together? Build-in bar dog. I like it. Bob and bar dog. Builder LinkedIn business dog. Build-in bar dog. Nice. Build-in community. Builder in public. Actually, Joshua Gilmer, I see you. You're actually the one that got it right. It's build in public. Hope y'all see the relation. For people that guessed bar, you were so close. You were so close. So building in public is a methodology that can really be comprised of three things. It's super simple. The first is working on something. The second is talking about what you're working on. And then lastly is you're sharing it for your audience to see. So three things. One, you're working on something. Two, you're talking about what you're working on. And three, you're sharing for your audience to see. And the best way this can be done is via social media. Easy, right? But again, why build in public in the first place? Some of you all might be accustomed to not sharing your ideas. Some of you might be shy. Some of you might prefer just working on things at your own pace, in your own time. And here we are telling you to build in public, put yourself out there for 8 weeks. Why do that at all, you might ask? And the answer really is permissionless leverage. And there's three things I can talk about when it comes to permissionless leverage. That one, the internet has increased the number of people that you can reach. You can reach, I think now, like if you want to get in contact with somebody, there's only 2 degrees of, forgot what that means, 2 degrees of separation away. So somebody that knows somebody who you want to ask. I think it might be 3 to 6, but really the internet, you can reach people that you couldn't have reached before if you were just locked to your home or your city, your state, or county. 2 is you don't need permission to launch things. You can start for $0. You don't need to have a permit. You don't need to get a permission slip signed. You don't need to have a certificate. You don't need to take a course. You don't need to, get permission from your parents, from your grandparents, godparents, guardians, from your wife, loved one, cousin, brother, kids. You can start with what you have for right now. And there's plenty of free ways to start. And lastly, it's a really fantastic way to find your tribe and find your niche. And finding your earliest supporters, your backers, your audience, and finding your lane of people that really respond to what you're doing. It could be your first fans. So story time. I'm going to talk about the time where I quit my job right shortly after graduating from college. Microsoft has stopped cryptocurrency scams. So I went to, there's this thing called BuildSpace, and they were hosting a hackathon all the way in the Netherlands. That ticket was like $2,000. And my brother at the time happened to work for Delta. And he was the guy that goes underneath the plane, takes the bags and puts it in underneath the carriage of the plane. And that was his side job, so he could get free flights and fly across the world. That's something I should have done, but it's not for me. And during that time, I was able to get on the buddy list, and I was able to get like a super duper cheap flight for $200 to the Netherlands. And I arrived at this hackathon not knowing how to code. I didn't know how to code, but I knew I just had an idea in mind. Just stop cryptocurrency scams. It was a big thing at the time when Web3 with NFTs and crypto, and these JPEG images being sold for thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and people were losing their money left and right by clicking on the wrong link. So I pulled up at the hackathon, and that there on the bottom right is me rubbing my eye. I may have been crying. I don't know. I just did not know what was going on. I cannot get my code to work. So I ended up writing this document. I wrote a document about my prototype and what I envisioned. And I literally drew a sketch. I drew a sketch of how my app Novus was going to work. And then at the end of the session, I pitched it to all developers in the room. These were super smart developers. I was not a developer. I like being in spaces where I'm not supposed to be in to learn things. I learned new things. I've just always been a curious person, as I told you earlier. And they really dug my ideas. So with that same blog post I wrote using my favorite app Notion at the time, I sent it to the mentor of mine. And shortly after, I started a startup called Novus. Novus ran for a year and a half, but this picture was taken in April of 2022. 6 months later, in October 2022, I got to pitch that same idea during Black Ambition Prizes competition. So this is my idea and all the progress that I made thus far, all from seeing some random posts in my email about a hackathon and deciding just to trust my gut and go with it. So I was awarded $50K to build out my startup and worked on that for the next year, 11 months. And that just taught me a bunch of things. But most importantly, I was building in public almost every step of the way. I was showing up in Twitter. I was sharing my builds. I was sharing the mock-ups. I was sharing the first iteration. I had shared a demo video on LinkedIn. I got my first customer, made my first internet dollar, and learned just how to iterate one step at a time. And that was thanks to BuildSpace. This program is modeled very tightly after the model, or making sure to include support in this to make sure that you can build your dreams this summer as well. So next question I have for you all is, what are you building this summer? Because we're very curious to know. Some of you all have already started building. We see your posts inside of school. Evan Jones has started is that a water pressuring service? Vale Cunningham says he's starting a drop shipping company. Holler App says they're working on the Holler app. I'm not sure what that does. I'm very intrigued. Michael's building an AI consultancy for manufacturers. I love that. Joshua is building Luau, AI that manages your social life end to end. Ethan is building a cheap adaptive tax planner solution for small tax practices. Wow, I love how simply you describe that, Ethan. Sashwat says a sport predictor and watch party app. Evan's doing pressure washing, like using water, high pressure, to clean things. Amazing. Rip off next word. That's awesome. David says operational system for marketing and sales of tiny homes. Cool. I like tiny homes. Jessica says an AI-assisted career navigation platform designed to help veterans and military spouses translate their experience into clear civilian career pathways. Fernando dropped something important in the chat is, what if somebody steals my idea? Well, I think that and he also says, what if people abuse my exposed API keys? I also make that mistake. Someone has ran up my bill because I exposed an API key. We'll talk about that later. And third is, what if I overpost and my network no longer looks at and values my post. I think that's a very legitimate concern to have, three very legitimate concerns to have. Um, and if you don't know what you're doing yet, that's okay. But I think when it comes to ideas, 1% of the work is actually having the idea. And the next is 99%, which is the execution. And even if somebody copies your idea, God forbid, they won't execute it the same way how you would execute it. You can give two people the same idea or two people the same idea of a painting to make, and they'll paint that picture in different ways. They'll have different target audiences. There are different niches. And so that's a legitimate concern. I feel like that's probably a small risk to building in public. But I think the upside completely overshadows the small risk. And actually, Fernando, I appreciate your courage with asking that question, because when I was here, I asked the founder of BuildSpace that same question. What if someone steals my idea? His answer was pretty harsh. It wasn't it wasn't as polite as mine. But I promise you that if someone has the same idea as you or steals your idea, they will not execute it the same way as you have envisioned it. And what if you overpost and your network no longer looks at you? I promise that people aren't looking at you the same way that you look at yourself. I think that, if you were to look in the mirror, you critique yourself more than somebody else who's looking at you. And most people really, to be honest, are more concerned about themselves than other people. And if you don't have an idea yet, here are just some things to think about. If you want to launch a business, you want to launch a product, a service, a side hustle. If you got a startup idea, like I did, and maybe you're already working on your startup idea, maybe you got a passion project. If you're working on art, that can include music, a painting, clothing, maybe something abstract, maybe something concrete. If you got an invention, if you got 3D printed objects, I gotta get a 3D printer soon. If you're working on a score, an orchestra, a play, a film, a newsletter, you can build the idea here with us. We will not take any equity for your idea. We're not signing any contracts. Your idea is yours to keep and yours alone. And we're just here to help you bring it into reality if you haven't already done so. And maybe if you want to take something that already exists to the next level, we got you there too. And really once you know that you can build anything that you put your mind to. I think it was Napoleon Hill that said, the mind that can conceive and the mind that can believe is the mind that can achieve. And again, I think the same thing with ideas is that, we're really, this 8-week program is structured to help you put in the work. We're here to hold you accountable. Your guides will be here to help hold you accountable. You have to meet them halfway though. I'm here to hold you accountable. So that execution is really up to you. And we structure this program in a way where there's a path to follow, even though most of the time business ideas, side projects, it can be nonlinear. We're giving you a format just to try to bring your idea from conception to ideation to something existing with having paying users or having an audience of some sorts. If you're having trouble with picking an idea, maybe you have a bunch of ideas in your head. I have ideas all the time. I've got an Apple Note with all my ideas. I got a notebook with things I'm constantly writing down and things I'm constantly seeing and observing. I'd really encourage you to pick something that you actually care about, something that means something to you. And those ideas are more than likely the ideas to stick. And if you're having a hard time deciding, here are some questions to help maybe prompt or help surge the idea that you really care about. If it's something that gets you excited, maybe something you can't stop talking about, or something that you keep thinking about while you're in the shower. Maybe it's something that you're really good at. or something that you need to acknowledge that people just come to you for naturally. Maybe there's a problem that you've been wanting to solve, but you've just been, just taking your time. Or maybe there's a risk that you want to take. Whatever it is, whatever that feeling is about the idea that brings out the care for it and gets you energetic, excited, I encourage you to pursue it and just try. Because one thing is for certain is that the 8 weeks are going to pass anyways. Whether you're in this program, want to see it through, whether you think this program isn't for you, this 8 weeks are going to pass anyways. So we think that you might as well try and apply yourself and put it out there and see what happens. All right. Next question is, can you explain your idea in one sentence? Now, caveat, this is probably easier for some than others. For some, this might be a little bit difficult, especially if you're working on something that might be technical in nature. I'm curious to know, can you explain your idea in one sentence? I did see some sentences earlier inside of the chat. So we've come up with a little formula that you can use to help simply describe your idea in one sentence. And this is I'm making X that does Y for Z. And some of you earlier have commented with this perfect structure. And now there are also variations of this structure, but if we break this down, X is what it is that you're making, Y is what it does, and Z is who it's for. Again, X is what it is that you're building. I'm making X. Y is what it does, and Z is who it's for. So some variations of this formula can be, a product, a service, a project for your user, for your customer, for your person or audience that does boom. X or Y, that does Z. And a famous one, especially for startups, is we're building blank for blank. I saw somebody use this example earlier inside of the chat. A lot of people do it now for Uber. Like, oh, we're building Uber for this. Ethan says, I'm building an adaptive tax planner solution for small tax firms. I love that. Doc says, a creative and cultural incubator for people to learn, grow, and form community. I love that. Yeah, great job keeping it simple. If it's still not simple, that's okay. We're here to help you work through it. And here's just some examples I've come up with. An app for remote workers that blocks distracting sites during deep work hours. A workshop for high school seniors that walks them through applying for local scholarships. A tool for Etsy sellers that auto-generates product descriptions from a photo. A pop-up dinner for young professionals that pairs strangers over shared meal once a month. I actually know somebody who does that last bullet point. And these are very simple. And after you get the simple out of the way, then you can get into the complexity. Then you can get into the trenches, and then you can explain more about how it works. But these are perfect one-liners, a perfect example of one sentence you can use to explain your idea to anyone. And they should be able to understand it and ask a question that gets the conversation rolling. And we really want you to think through this first, and then use AI later to help if you still need help with this. I really think if you use your brain power first and get those creative juices flowing and help to break it down, it's more likely to stick than leaning on AI as a crutch. We'll be using AI throughout the entire 8-week program. We're using it in different ways. So you get to implement it if you're new to it, or maybe your experience will hopefully show you something new that you can do. But it really helps when you're in this day and age, we're able to match AI with thinking it through and using the critical thinking skills first. Some tips for this exercise is, how would you explain this to your mom? How would you explain this to your best friend from school, from high school, from college. How would you explain this to your cousin? How would you explain your idea to Summerlin? If Summerlin can't understand it, you've got some work to do. If Paul can't understand it, if Brooks can't understand it, if I can't understand it, you've got some simplification to do. How do you explain this to your neighbor? How do you explain it to your grandparent? And the ultimate test is, how would you explain this to a 10-year-old? If a 10-year-old can't understand your idea, you've got some work to do. And I want to just say that simplifying your idea is not at all is not at all watering down your idea. You want to make sure that you can communicate something that your customer or your audience member can understand. And maybe if it is a term that might be verbose, or a term that might be, high there in vernacular, and your customer knows it, then that's acceptable. But you don't want to confuse people. So I've heard once that to be clear is to be kind. I'm not sure who said it, but that they dropped the bar when they said that. Whoever said that quote, the originator, author of that quote, to be clear is to be kind. I always think about that whenever I'm writing something or trying to communicate something to someone else. Even these slides, if they weren't clear to you all, it wouldn't be kind. We would not be doing you justice. Next, we're going to play in a very, very exciting game of gas or pass. Now, gas or pass is a very simple game. I'm going to show something on the screen, and if you think it's fire, if you like it, if you think it's heat, you think it's torch, trying to find all the slang I know from around the United States. If you think it's fuego, say gas in the chat. If it's confusing to you, if it doesn't make sense, if you're confused by it, if it's like, dude, what is going on? If it just say pass. Does that make sense to everybody? We're clear on the rules of gas or pass, not pass gas. All right, let's go ahead and begin. A thing for people that makes their day better. This idea, gas or pass? Let's see the answers in the chat. Wow, some people say gas. I don't know what makes my day better. I mean, I had an apple today. They said an apple day makes a doctor go away or something like that along those lines. I'm not sure how true it is, but a doc says it needs details. Fernando says pass too vague. Yes, I agree. Yes, we're going to give this one a pass. Better. I'm not sure who wrote this, but they got to do better. Next is a service for dog owners that schedules vet reminders based on their pet's breed and age. Gas or pass? Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I love the specificity of this. I think it was really cool. If you're specific enough that you can talk to your person, your audience member, I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself, but people feel seen. And I think every human being loves to be felt and loves to be seen, I should say. Yes, it's straight gas in here. We might be running an Exxon up in here. All right, next one. Oh God, a revolutionary app for forward-thinking individuals who are passionate about making a difference and want to leverage and cutting-edge technology to create meaningful impact across multiple touch points in their personal and professional ecosystems. Wow, I almost ran out of breath, y'all. Pass. Joshua says pass. Axel says pass. Brianna says pass. Warren says gas. Evan Jones says pass. Brianna says pass. Quinita says pass. Michael says pass. Too complicated. Yes, it's way too complicated. It sounds like somebody used AI to write this, and there wasn't any really thoughtfulness into this. I have no idea what this is. If I give this to a 10-year-old, they're gonna be like, "Yo, what in the world, man?" Like, keep it simple for me. What language are we speaking right now? Yeah, we'll play the. I can't think of the instrument. The violin. Shout out producer Paul. Next is a water gun for kids that soaks targets from 30 feet away. Gas or pass? Gas. Low key gas. Okay, Evan, I see you. Gas. Marlon says pass. Interesting. So, does anybody know the Super Soaker? Anybody know Lonnie Johnson? I'd say this is gas. If I was a 10-year-old kid, pass me that. So we're giving this one a gas. Give this one gas. Next is a delivery service for busy people that brings groceries same day. Gas or pass? The answer is gas, very clear, but also basically fire hose. It could be a fire hose for the last one. Gas, I need that. Holler says that's shipped. Yes, this is the Shipped app. Also launched out of Alabama. Lisa says we already had this. So, yep, we got Shipped. What's the other one? Promise you it's not promotion for Shipped. I can't even think of the other. Uber Eats does this. DoorDash does this. I definitely ordered deliveries off of DoorDash one time when my car was broken down. That's just past something's unique about this. That's a good point. I think that's actually fair. Actually, I think maybe if this were a little bit niche down because there's so many of these services out there, I think maybe you could spice it up a little bit. Versus ship someone's target for 550 mil. Wow, that's half $1 billion, y'all. Instacart, yes, they also do the same thing. So we're gonna give this one a pass. Next, a professional network for career-driven individuals that empowers you to leverage your personal brand and unlock synergistic opportunities across your ecosystem. What are we giving this one? Pass. Pass. It's so funny because this is something that you all may have used. It's something that our team, Holler, yes, Holler's on fire right now. I love her to know Holler app's real name. Yes, this is LinkedIn. But this is an amazing idea, right? This is an amazing idea that exists, but it's not explained simply. It's like Michael says, doing way too much. This could have been very simple. And the person who wrote this, I think they didn't try hard enough, but that's okay. And this is scripted in a very complicated way. Yes, there's a very simpler manner you can use to get this across. You could say a professional social network for career-driven individuals and leave it at that. Everything else is unnecessary, or you can probably add that on and tack it on later. So those are ideas. Hopefully by now you can see what good examples of ideas are and ideas that can do a better job of being simplified. So we encourage you to use this our format, or if you've already got it down, use your own. Next, we'll be talking about setting a goal for the summer. Some of you all may already have a goal. Some of you all may be new to goals. Some of you all maybe use other methods like SMART goals or time-bound goals. For this reason, it makes it a time-bound goal plus a user or a revenue-based goal. Users or revenue. How this works is you can pick one of the two. Either you can pick number of users. This would be things like your number of subscribers, number of downloads, number of visitors, number of viewers. Is there a specific action that you want your user to take on your idea? Now, please list that if you're going with the numeric-based user goal. Or if you just have users themselves using your platform, you can list that too. Number of customers. You can get very creative with this one. Revenue is pretty simple to the point, is the amount of money made or the amount of dollars raised. If you're making a project that's charity-based, or maybe crowdfunding, doing a crowdfunding campaign, or maybe you're raising money from VCs, from venture capitalists for your startup, or maybe you want to get right to the dollar. Maybe you want to go right to your consumer. Maybe it's monthly recurring revenue, the amount of money that's monthly reoccurring. And that's a really popular term if you're launching a software product or a SaaS, software as a service. Maybe it's revenue you're making from if you're making crocheted dolls or toys, or maybe, I don't know, if you're selling something via drop shipping. Whatever it is, we want you to pick one of the two, either a user-based goal or a revenue-based goal. And just some examples. So the app for remote workers we mentioned earlier, the goal could be 100 paid subscribers by demo day in 8 weeks. If you put in a tool for Etsy sellers, maybe it's $500 in revenue from 50 sellers using the description generator within 8 weeks. If you're selling a description generator tool. If you're building a bot for small nonprofits, maybe you want to get 10 nonprofits to this user-based goal to complete a full grant draft using a bot by week 8. Maybe you want campus partners listed by demo day. Whatever it is, again, just like the idea, your goal should be simple. It should have a number attached. It should either be user-based or revenue-based. And you should have a deadline. His deadline is the end of 8 weeks. We're going to call it July 12th, that Sunday. I think that's a Sunday. So by the end of 8 weeks plus some change, that'll be when your deadline is for your goal. And again, this goal is for yourself. This is for you. I really think a really good goal should be something that gets you, should make you, you stand up and sit up straight a little bit. It's something that should catch your attention to be like, oh, wow, I really have to work for this. I really have to get out of my comfort zone. I think if you get out of your comfort zone during this program, you will really be rewarded in ways that we can't predict. There's a question from the chat asking, this only for online businesses? No, you can launch something in person. If you're launching a brick and mortar store, if you're launching a mom and pop shop, if you're building a 3D printed project that's not going online, you can still use this same method for goals for your project. And I would encourage you to think of a specific action that you can have someone take for the thing that you're building. So if you've got a business, maybe it's a revenue-based goal. Maybe it's making a certain amount of money within the next 8 weeks. If you're building a website for your business, maybe it's the number of visitors that land on your landing page. If you're building a social media account for your business, maybe it's the number of followers that you have for your in-person business. There's a bunch of ways you can get crafty and creative with your goal. And next is, put that number on it. Don't be shy. If it's something you think you can achieve, maybe up the ante a little bit more. I think a really good goal, again, as before, should get you out of your comfort zone. So some action items for today is first you'll fill out your idea and goal slide. We're gonna give you instructions on how to complete that in just a moment. Next, you'll post on a social media platform of your choice. You're gonna use our hashtag #UnlockAlabama so we can find you, can support you, we can track what you're doing. And for some of you all that have already posted your acceptance posts, you've already got some motion. We see you. You've already taken the first step to be a builder in public. If you haven't, that's okay. This is not for a grade at all. We just ask you just to try it out. Try it out and see what happens. Third, we want you to comment on 2 other builders' posts with something thoughtful. And a thoughtful comment, we want you to go more than just, oh, that's a great idea. Oh, that's cool. Like really ask that person about what they're building. If there's something that you think might be useful, maybe you can share your suggestion with them. And if you're on Instagram, you can use it on Instagram, use it on TikTok, use it on LinkedIn. If you're on Threads, post it on Threads. I don't think we have a presence on Reddit just yet. If you're on Reddit, hey, that's your sauce. Go for it. And lastly, we want you to fill out the form that we sent out this week. Some more questions around this. If you want to post on one social media platform, that's fine. If you want to do it on multiple platforms, go ahead and go for it. We're also on YouTube, so you can post it there as well. And next, we're going to transition it into the lab portion of the workshop. We're going to show you how to fill out your idea slide. So what you'll need for this portion, everything that we do, also want to give a call out to this, will be free. You won't need to pay for anything while you're inside of the program. All the tools that we use will be free, or maybe they have a free trial that you can use and try out for. But never under any circumstance will make you pay out of pocket for something that will never be a requirement from us. So for this, you need a Canva account, which is free. You can sign up with your Google account if you don't have a Canva account already. You can go to canva.com to access that. We'll be hopping on in just a second. And next, you'll want a social media account. That's also free. And if you want to start, if you don't want to post on your own social media platform, I completely understand. If you want to start a fresh social media account, you can do that too. You want to start one for your project, do that too. But I encourage you to use the social media platforms you have. If you already have an audience there, you already have followers there or connections there, go ahead and go with what you already have. I think it's much simpler that way. All right, and lastly, after we wrap up the lab portion of the chat, join us inside StreamYard. We will have a hangout session where we can hang out with our team. You can ask us questions. We will be off live stream, so it won't be broadcasted. You guys do whatever you want, and it's a great place to get feedback on your idea slide or your goal slide if you're feeling brave and if you're up for it. But first, our team is going to send the Canva template link into the chat, and I'm going to walk you through how to do this. So I recommend just following along first, just watch me do it first, and then next go ahead and hop in and fill out your slide. All right, so this is the template slide. Let me go ahead and share. Is my screen not sharing? Let me go ahead and reshare really quick. Let's go ahead and reshare my screen. All right, we're back up. All right, so right now I'm going to dig into the Canva template. Paul, if you're able to share that for the viewers, that would be awesome. links are being dropped in the chat. All right. Are you all able to see my screen? Awesome. So this is the Canva template that our creative director Summerlin made just for you. And so what you're going to do is you're going to create a Canva account. And after you've created that Canva account, you're going to click on the link, and then you're going to click on View Template. And once you do that, once you're signed in, you're just going to click on the purple button that says Open in Editor. So Summerlin has made a lot of cool things in here. But the first one that we want to focus on is your ideas and goals. So this page 1, ideas and goals, we want you to scroll up here. And this is where we're going to write down our idea that we're working on for the next 8 weeks. And after that, if you write down your idea, you're going to write down your goal. And we want you to keep this in underneath 2 sentences. For your idea, please keep it to 1 sentence as best as you can. Your goal can be a bit longer, but we want you to keep it nice and short. That way, it's clear to somebody who scrolls past it and sees it. And we want it to be visible and accurate to the naked eye. And here you're going to edit this. Is this in template? And here you're writing your idea. So for myself, I'm making a video series that motivates people to get out of bed in the morning. This is something that's been on my heart for a long time now. I've been super scared to do it, I promise you. But you know, I would be in the wrong if I didn't practice what I preached. And next is my goal. So my goal is to have, actually, no, I'm going to challenge myself. My goal is to amass, we're going to use that big vocabulary words, 10,000 views on my, let's do Instagram, on my Instagram page for this video series by July 12th. You know what? I'm also going to do this on YouTube too. And actually, I have no followers. I got like 3 subscribers on YouTube, so I'm really going to challenge myself on my YouTube page. And boom, once you've got that, after you've got that written down, you're going to click this button that says share in the top right corner. You're going to click on this button, share. And you're going to click download. And then what you want to do is click on page 1, ideas and goals. And after you've done that, just click on done and click on download. Now this PNG file is going to download. I've got this on my computer. I've got ideas and goals plus money itch GIF. And the next thing I'm going to do after I download this slide is I'm bravely going to go onto LinkedIn. I'm going to click add media. I'm going to click on my ideas and goals slide that I just made. I'm going to click on next and click on I'm making a new video series. This is just for me. Titled Vitality Incarnate. Super excited to launch this for the next 8 weeks. And then lastly, I'm gonna put down the hashtag hashtag unlock Alabama. And if you want, you can even add us at unlock Alabama. And then I'm just click on post. I'll let it rock. And now I've done the first step for building in public. Was that easy? Was that simple? Press 1 in the chat if that was simple. Press 2 in the chat if this does not make sense. Michael said it's scary ASF. I unfortunately can't say ASF during the live stream, but I feel you. I think you're going to find, what you'll find is that everything you're looking for is on the other side of fear. I promise you. I might find my next producer. I might find my first viewer. I might get a crazy comment that I just have to ignore. But again, these 8 weeks are going to pass regardless. And so I think you might as well work on your idea. And there's also other things that you can do. You can do the same thing on Instagram. You can do the same thing on TikTok. Yeah, I agree. Like y'all can't see my palms right now are sweating. I used to get on LinkedIn. I was a college student before, once in the past, 5 years ago. And I would get on LinkedIn and be like, oh, wow, I see all these professional, high-ranking executives and directors, and be like, oh, like, look at them. And here I am with 5 connections. But I think there's something to be said about courage and just putting yourself out there. And through this too, it's like now you have, your network is going to hold you accountable. So now you're really locked in. So now it's at the end of 8 weeks, people are going to be like, how's your idea going? What's going on? Armin says, I'm concerned my idea may conflict with my full-time role if I build in public. I think this could be a legitimate concern. I think it depends on what you're building. If you have another social media platform that you're going to post from that your job or your workspace doesn't have access to, I'd say post there. If it's a project that doesn't conflict with the work that you're doing, if you're not building a competing product to the product you're building, or if you're not, working on a trade secret that you're supposed to keep under wraps and under NDA, then I wouldn't really worry about it. But if you are concerned, I'd say start a fresh social media account or talk about the idea underneath your ideas page. But that is a legitimate concern. But if you're not conflicting with your job, if you need to talk to your boss, if you need to talk to your higher up, the person you report to, have a conversation with them to make sure that you're in the clear if it's something that may conflict with your role. Thank you for asking, Armin. And just to tell you all, I bought a camera last year. I said I was going to do this idea. I never started. So I got a video camera, but I just started taking pictures. I noticed I loved photography, but I knew in my heart, like, oh, I want to launch this video series. I go on YouTube. I went on YouTube University and I watched all different kinds of people like shoot, film. I see people who are brave enough to shoot their camera. And I'm like, oh man, like, where do I start? And I really think the best way to start is by starting. You've just got to start, and you're going to get better, especially if you're brand new to something. To talk more about Summerlin's beautiful template that she's made for week 1 graphics, there's also something else that you can make. You can upload your picture here. We've had our prior intern Zenat. She's now famous. And here are some steps you can use to make your own photo. So the first step is you're going to keep this reference image. The second step on the version label template, you're going to delete the photo. Third, you're going to insert your own. Fourth, you're going to remove the background. Fifth, you're going to copy style from reference above. Last, you're going to paste your photo. So I'm going to do mine here. Hopefully I remember these 6 steps. All right, so on the template, I'm going to delete the photo. And then the next step is left bar, go to uploads. I think I've got it preloaded here. Whoops, uploads. I've got all kinds of pictures here. All right, let's see what's next up is insert your own. Got that down. Next is remove the background. If you have Canva Pro, you can remove the background here for free. If you don't have it, there's a free tool called remove.bg you can use. Let me go ahead and save this image. There we go. Hit share. You want to download that. You're going to download the image. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go to remove.bg. We're going to upload our image by clicking upload image, this big blue button here. I'm going to take my picture. Boom. We got removed background for free. Free 99. There we go. And the next step that Summerlin has listed out for us is we're going to copy style from reference above. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this picture here. Whoops, actually the downloaded picture, I've got that down here with the removed background. I'm going to take this image. I'm going to copy the style. So to copy that reference, that reference style, I think it's edit. Or maybe I right click. Okay, I right click. Hashtag struggle in public. I think Summerlin might have to come through and show me how to do this. I've definitely forgot.
Okay, yeah. So what you're gonna do is the green image, you're just gonna right click on it and then copy style up at the top, right under copy. And there should be a little paint roller and just scroll up to your image and then click.
Amazing.
And then just, resize it however you want.
Awesome. Now, for some of the first image, what do I do with this image after I've made it?
So I, for Instagram or something, if you do want to share your ideas and goals as a post, this would be a good one to maybe do like a carousel. I know a lot of you guys have already shared that your acceptance graphic, but if you haven't, or even if you have, this could be kind of a good intro of like, hey, I'm doing Unlock Alabama's 8-week challenge. And, use this as a carousel post where you kind of introduce yourself and what you're making. So yeah.
So I could go to school right now and talk about, I can put my post up here.
And you can obviously always put it on school. These images are kind of a little bit more catered to public facing or more like public facing social media networks. But obviously, school is a town hall. The way I see it personally, now that I'm up here, is that school is kind of where you can go just with your random thoughts at like 3 a.m. or something, and just talk to someone else who's in this with you. And then other like social media outlets can be, if you want, can be a little bit more, what's the word? streamlined, I guess, but it's up to you.
Amazing. Thank you. Is there anything else that you would give advice for somebody doing this for the first time?
Well, I'd resize the image to make sure that it covers the whole thing. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Inside of,
Yeah, if anyone, we are going to be using Canva a good bit for kind of like fun branded stuff for you guys. So if anyone doesn't have any experience with Canva, feel free to put that in the chat and we can kind of accommodate that. We don't want you to feel left out if you do want to use these graphics. You don't have to, it's just they're there. Yeah, be definitely interested to know how many people are familiar with Canva and that sort of thing.
thank you so much for coming on. And lastly, summerly, for people that might be nervous about sharing their idea slides in public, what advice would you give them?
Oof. Okay. What advice? I guess it depends on why you're nervous. I've been reading through a lot of the chats, and I think there's some valid concerns. I definitely personally find a balance. You know, if you don't want to inundate your network, then that's totally valid. I personally am kind of like that as well. And so, you know, find a happy medium. Don't feel like you have to be like posting in a specific cadence, just making sure that you're keeping up, you know, and showcasing some stuff publicly. Someone else mentioned something about someone stealing their idea. And I'm not sure what the specifics are of your idea, but I think that there are certain things that you can, you know, workarounds there to maybe don't disclose too much stuff that you're doing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I was not expecting to come on. And so he had prepared for all this and I have not. So will there be instructions for all of this? Joel, what do you mean instructions for all what? Oh, okay.
40,
Yeah. Okay.
40 tasks.
Yeah.
Yes, these will be sent via email. All the instructions we've gone over today. We'll also post inside of school as well. When you're making a post in school, you just click on the general discussion tab, and you're posting there. You'll be able to see everybody's posts.
Oh, you're just posting in real time on LinkedIn. That's awesome.
Real time. I see my phone. It's got some notifications already.
Is this the final part?
It's the final part. Yeah, and after that, you're done. And well, actually, I'm not done because I need to add some thoughtful comments to the rest of the cohort. So I'm going to put in the search on LinkedIn or whichever social platform you use, and I'm going to look for the hashtag Unlock Alabama. Let's see who else has made their post. I see Jessica. I see Marlo. I see us. Oh, we're still looking for the posts. Maybe Instagram. Yeah, maybe TikTok. I'll be refreshing though, because I gotta put in my 2 thoughtful comments in order to be good for this week. Any questions on this exercise on writing the ideas and goals posts?
I'm loving this all caps energy.
Evan Jones says, do Instagram. Okay. All right, we're doing Instagram. All right. We'll do it live.
Man, Evan you're funny, man. There's been some funny comments in here.
This is my old business profile. Do I remember?
Yeah, everybody pay attention to Emmanuel's password. Just close your eyes.
All right. I hope this is my password. Please don't make me reset it. I do not want to go back to my email. All right. I think we're in. We're in. Ah, dang. All right. All right.
copy the completed template post. So you're going to go on the top right on Canva, and there should be like, it says share, and you just click download. And then you're just going to download the graphic to your desktop, and then you can upload it onto Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn like you normally would anything. That's a lot simpler than connecting the Canva to your social media.
Also, important note: if you're downloading it, make sure you pick select the right page. Otherwise, it'll download all by default and wrap up in the zip folder, which is also not bad. But you want to make sure you click on that page one. So,
okay, sorry.
Oh, no worries. Your last step. This is one of the steps, but the next step you'll need to take is posting your slide on social media. So whichever social media platform you're active on, if you're working on ideas conflicting with your main work, maybe you might do a different social media platform. The last step, the final act of bravery, is to post on social media. And then you'll try to find someone else's post and share with them too. So once you select your posts, you can click done and click download, and hopefully you get both. And someone, I'm gonna go with the I think this is the right code. I'm gonna go with both the carousel. I'm gonna post the image along with the idea slide. Now, is there a specific order I should take?
I would personally do, I mean, I made it so I'd put the image of yourself first, just in case so people have context of like what it is. That's actually why I added it, because you see stuff in your feed all the time. And I will say, like, an image of yourself that's stylized with some text on it, it's going to capture people's attention much easier than a text graphic.
So I can do anyone in any order first?
No, well, you can do whatever you want. I mean, I'm not saying,
Okay.
but I would personally, my recommendation would be to do the stylized image of yourself as like the first carousel. If you're doing a carousel, that's just going to be more noticeable on the algorithms.
Gotcha.
Done that. It was scary. Sorry, now I'm just reading comments out loud.
It is scary. Like I was not planning on posting this on Instagram, but
Yeah.
Here we are. If you're posting on Instagram, you want to make sure you do original. The 101 format is going to shrink your crop. So if you do original, you'll be able to see, people will be able to see both texts.
You can do the 4x3 as well, or 4x5. Sorry.
Or 4x5 too. Nice.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Now I've got both here, I think.
But yeah, I'd put you want to make sure before you post on Instagram that's the updated one. I know you're asking here.
How are we looking? Is this the updated one here?
Oh, just make sure you size the image so it's not just like floating in the middle of the frame. No, I'm saying in Canva. I mean, you don't have to, but
In here?
in Canva, make sure like you like expand your. Yeah, you want to make sure. Maybe enlarge it a little bit more. Yeah, it makes it a little bit.
Appreciate the advice.
And then y'all can move stuff around. Like, for instance, where it says ideas and goals at the bottom right. If you don't want that, you can take it off, or you can move it so it's more readable. All that.
Can I put my project name here where it says ideas and goals?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Vitality incarnate. Boom. And I'm just going to re-download it again.
Yeah.
I'm going to select PNG. I'm going to select the page. Shout out to our creative director for getting me right. And I'm going to click on download. I'm going to go back to Instagram. I'm going to delete the old image. I'm going to click on the button on the bottom right. I'm going to click on the plus icon. I'm going to select the new image. That's centered.
Yep.
And then click on next. Go next again. I'm going to tag unlock Alabama just because we're going to blow up the notifications for a social media account. And I'm going to write the same thing I wrote on LinkedIn. I'm just going to stylize it for my audience on Instagram. Keep it simple.
Hashtag we the same on LinkedIn.
Out of bed in the morning for the next 8 weeks. Super excited to get this out of my head and into the world. Hashtag unlock Alabama. I haven't posted on Instagram for a minute. But you know what? I'm just going to share it. The 8 weeks are going to pass anyways.
All righty. We all good with me?
All good. Thank you, Summerlin.
You are welcome.
Do we have any questions in the chat regarding this exercise? Any questions? All right, Evan says, now look at the post. All right, let's see what's up. Let's go on LinkedIn. Let me refresh this. Let me do a hard refresh. Command Shift R. Posts. Sort by latest. Show results. Ah, dang. I don't see any posts yet. Maybe you all are still working on your idea slides. Maybe that's it. Oh wow, we have Braxton. All right, Braxton says mobile has thousands of competitive gamers and no real league to call home. I'm trying to fix that. I'm going to be starting a competitive gaming league built specifically for mobile. He's got structured tournaments, local rivalries, and a community that doesn't exist here before. He wants every person who joins to feel like they're part of something, not just player or bracket. This is really cool. So this looks like a Rocket League tournament. And his idea is building a league and giving them a home for Rocket League players in Mobile. And his goal is to get active members into our Discord community and host Mobile's first open Rocket League tournament with a paid entry fee within 8 weeks. That's a gas goal. Shout out to Braxton. That's a gas goal. This is really cool. The only thing I don't know is what Rocket League is. So I'm going to, in my thoughtful comment to Braxton, I'm just going to ask him. I'm going to say some kind. I love how clear your idea is. What is Rocket League, by the way? And I think Braxton will reply back and share to me some more information what Rocket League is. But I'm thinking it's a competitive game of some type with a tournament. I'm not sure if it's an in-person game or something like an online game. But I'm excited. It's esport of some kind. So I'm thinking it's an online game. Or I could just not be lazy and look it up on Google. But I'm very interested to see Braxton's progress along the way. We also have Sashwat. I hope I pronounced your name right. Sashwat is building an app that predicts NBA outcomes, also where people can watch the NBA with their friends. The goal is to reach 20,000 people here in the US. Wow, that's a huge goal. But I'm curious about your reach. I'm very curious about your reach. Is that number of users that's using your app? Is it number of downloads? Is it number of visitors? But I love it. I really think his idea or their idea slide is in there. It's super duper clear. There it is. And now I'm going to leave Sashwat. Again, I hope I pronounced your name right. I'm going to leave them a thoughtful comment. Really cool idea. For your app, how will it work to predict outcomes? Is there an algorithm that you're using? I love asking questions. That's just me. I love asking questions. Let's see if there's more. Oh, I think the LinkedIn posts are, I think some of y'all might still be writing your LinkedIn posts. Let's check Instagram. It's crazy. I was looking at Drake. Somebody put up a fake post and I had to verify if it was real or not. I'm not a Drake fan. No shade to Drake fans in the chat. All right. I don't see any Instagram posts yet. I think y'all are still working on it. We have It's Flores for Paul Flores. I think he got a head start on us. He beat us to the punch. He started May 6th. But you know what? I can't wait to see what Startup Ellie is about. And I can't wait to see his new post. Can't wait to see when you launch. Simple. And I think this is a great way to meet friends. This is a great way to meet your next support system. I think just sending thoughtful comments, it costs you $0 to send out a thoughtful comment. And you never know, like it really goes a long way because this builder journey is rough. There's not a whole lot of builders out there. There's a lot of consumers out there, but there's not a whole lot of builders. Who still waiting for the posts. Any questions around this? Is anybody getting stuck? Can we help unblock some folks? All right. Well, I assume everyone's good. If you all have questions, team UI clear. We're clear to go to the next hangout portion of the session. Because we'll be starting our hangout session soon, and our team's going to drop a link into the chat where you can come talk with us one-on-one. Again, this part of the session won't be live streamed. This will be private. You can think of it like a Zoom, where you can come in and talk to us around the show, and then we'll end the live stream. So yeah, you won't be broadcasted to the world. It'll be a private thing. And yeah, come talk with us.